Hmm.
you know? Um, like what we were talking about earlier, like the entrepreneur house, like how's that going?
Oh, it's going awesome. I'm honestly, it's probably the best decision I've ever made in my life, for sure. Um, so right now, we actually have another female coming. Right now, I live with three guys, so I'm excited for her to come. Literally in 2 days. Yeah, in 2 days she's coming out. So I'm super excited about that. Most of us are in like the health and wellness industry, so it's cool. We're able to like collab with each other. We have like our Monday masterminds. So it's actually pretty cool. You know, this house has actually been on the news.
Really?
Yeah, Manifest Mansion.
Like Manifest Mansion, what is it, like a haunted house or something?
No, it means Manifest Mansion. You know what manifest means, right?
Yeah. No, is that like a real thing? Like that's what it's
Like
called?
literally, like look up Manifest Mansion. You'll see that. I'm pretty sure that's how I found it. That's not no, that's not how I found it. But after I got accepted, that's when I started doing research. I was like, maybe I should look into this a little more. Because I flew out for 1 day, met all them, and then just decided, they gave me the opportunity, and I took it.
That's dope. So I mean, like, what gave you the idea to get an entrepreneur house?
Honestly, I didn't even think they existed. I always wanted to. Again, we've spoken about this many times. Your environment is super crucial to your success. I think that the five people you spend the most time with, you become like them, and I think like it's super important to surround yourself with the right people. So I just always dreamed or dreamt of having really awesome people around me, potentially living in a house together, and then I started searching them, found out they existed. Like hype houses. You've heard of those, like with the influencers. They all live in one house.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's when I like found out the idea was real. And then I started like searching on YouTube and Facebook, anywhere I could, entrepreneur house. And then I found this on a Facebook ad. So it's always been like I've been wanting to do this since like I was like 15. I've always had like this dream, and to find out it was real. So that's what kind of sparked that.
So
And
what's
now
it
I'm
like?
here.
What's it like to be surrounded by like entrepreneurs in like a house? Like I'm actually curious about that.
They push you. Let's say they push you. We have a lot of structures and rules and systems like in place. So it just like everybody holds each other accountable. Kevin and I always go out for runs in the morning, as I was telling you, like 5 a.m. every single morning. If we skip, it's $50. If you leave a dish out, it's $20, I believe. Haven't got charged yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, we have like Monday masterminds. So that's when we all like just talk about challenges that we're struggling with within our businesses or jobs. Some of us are still in companies. We're eventually going to do our own things, but I'm working on it too. Um, we just have those Monday masterminds. We like always structure fun. We plan our like vacations, more of like a house retreat. We're going to Mexico in a month. We're
That
excited about
is
that.
that is so cool. I mean, is there what was kind of your environment like before you found the entrepreneur house? Like what was it like before?
Um, well, to be honest, I lived with my parents and then moved out, and then lived with my parents and then moved out. I lived in Wisconsin, so I'm like, if I'm gonna move far. So the environment was just with them. And then this town I was in was really, it just wasn't a good environment. Nobody's really doing anything. Nobody's motivated. Like I was like the star in my, not really, but kind of like I always felt like that sounds bad. I don't want to put it that way, but I just felt like I want to be around people that are doing more than me. Like everybody's like, why are you like you're hustling, like you're doing good. Why do you want to do more? And I'm like, that's the mindset. I want to always better myself. It's not about the money. It's about becoming the best version of you. So I just needed to get out of there. And now I'm in California. This is awesome. Really expensive, but it's worth it. It's like
You're,
investing.
you're living my dream being in Cali. That's awesome.
Oh, come on.
Um,
You're moving soon.
Someday, no, but it's I agree with you as far as like feeling like you're like the big fish in like a tiny pond, and
Hmm.
how like your ego can like deceive you, and going and being the tiny fish in like a big pond is the best feeling. Um, yeah, no, that's got to be so cool. Like just actually living in a house with people who are like pushing towards like your goals. I mean, as far as like the entrepreneur house, what are some things that you guys do that like other like normal people wouldn't do or wouldn't think of?
I mean, even the rules and the things we have set in place, like, so a lot of people would think it's stupid to like hire a maid, to hire a chef, to like prepare your meals, and like they just think like, oh, okay, that's kind of a waste of money. Like I could do it, um, I could spend it on other things. I mean, I'm just like working all the time. Like all we do is work, but we also have structured fun too. I don't know exactly. Like you just mean like what do we do differently than normal people?
Yeah, yeah, like the maid. I didn't even know you had a maid. I remember you told me about like chef made meals or something, like
Yeah.
just stuff like that. How do you budget that? Is just like is there like a headmaster who pays for everything? Do you guys split that? How's that work?
So in those Monday masterminds, that's when it's all broken down. So we go through like everyone has what they charge. Like one of the guys like has the maid, like he pays the maid, and then we all pay him. And then one of them pays like the rent, and then we all pay him. So it's like everybody has their own like tasks, chores, and duties that you know are allocated to somebody, and then they're the one, and then they take care of it. And then the Monday mastermind is really cool because we all, again, it's very structured. So it's just, oh, I got mine too.
Mine
Sorry
is
about that.
better. Yours is like
I know.
half a gallon.
I was gonna get that one. I had that one, and then it broke. And I had
It
to buy
broke.
everything new out here. Like in my room, if I wasn't still putting it together, I would show you because it's actually pretty cool. I spent like, yeah, I spent more than my rent, like double my rent, just putting my room together. It's so funny. When I first got here, I bought a mattress on Amazon. I would show you, but it's yeah. I bought a mattress on Amazon, and it was a twin mattress. I had it on the floor in the corner over here, and I
Nice.
remember. So yeah, okay. So Kyle, he has a sleep advantage course, super good. It's so good. He's the reason I just like splurged on my room. Like I bought a red light therapy. I bought a
Red
huge
light
bed.
therapy.
You know what that is?
I mean, I know certain spas offer that. How do you have that in your room?
It's literally just a light. Where is it? That's in my closet. It's literally just a huge light. And he was doing a ton of research. Like I was telling you, he ranks videos on YouTube. One of them, you type in red light therapy, like um, it's just a huge light, and it helps with like your skin. I mean, it helps a lot of different things. You're like your hair growth. He'd be mad if you heard this. He'd be like, "Girl, I told you a million times." Hair growth, your skin, your. I think it, Geez. I don't even know what
Oh,
it does. I just know it's good. I should know more about the red light therapy. I don't really dig into it too much. Like the sauna, like I barely know the good effects of the positive effects of a sauna. I know it helps you lose weight. I know it helps you to your metabolism. We have a sauna here too. We have a sauna. We have an
you have a sauna like
yeah,
in the house?
yeah. It's in the
Holy
garage.
sh- holy shit! Would you be able to do like a house tour? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, not right now. Like right now.
I mean, it'd be cool if you could do it right now, just eventually,
Okay, I was going to say
possible.
like I'm on my laptop. It'd be kind of and I
Put it
got
on your shoulder, just walk around.
little Louie on my lap too. So they got to my dog, which is pretty cool. I asked them in the beginning, like, by the way, I got a dog. And I feel like they forgot. I came here, I showed up like that day when I came out to meet them before they obviously give me the final decision. And yeah, I brought my dog, and they're like, oh, yeah, we kind of forgot about the dog. I think one of them didn't, but it's like, yeah, she's allowed, right? Because we're like we come as a package deal. We can't leave Lily at home.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, the landlord doesn't know. Hopefully, he never sees this. Like the landlord does not know that I have her.
As long as he's getting his checks, he won't care. But
Right.
no, that's crazy. So you basically like walked up to the council of like entrepreneurs and like just sold yourself on getting in, kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. We all have like our strong. We all have like strengths that help one another. Like everybody has their something that they've mastered. So everybody brings something to the table, which is really cool. And that's why in our Monday masterminds, we're able to help one another and just be there for each other. And like when one person's down, like we're all like there to support one another. Although it flows smoothly. I mean, it's funny how much, if you look at the video that I told you that they have on the news, it's funny, like it's crazy how much they went through, like how many hurdles and obstacles they face in order to actually get this house. They spoke to like I think like 16, if I remember right, like 16 different landlords. Like all of them thought they were starting like a frat house because it was all guys at the time, 5 dudes. And it thought it was a frat house. They're like, no, 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 kept getting no's until they finally found this place. And it's like, it just flows so smoothly because we're radically transparent. Anything that comes up, you know, we take care of right away. You don't have to worry about any BS. Like, we're all adults here. It's an awesome environment. I can't even put it into words. Like, I should take a video just like my, like, the day to day. Like, it's cool because we're able to like be serious and also joke around at the same time. And like, we're really like, I've only been here for 3 weeks. I've been here for 3 weeks now. And it feels like I've been here for a long time. It just doesn't, you know, everything, we just get along great. Everything flows so smoothly. It's awesome. I tried to invite you to come out here. I was like, come on, fill the spot. You're like, no.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna bring just a crew of people. We'll just visit your mansion.
There you go.
Is it actually a mansion? Like just straight up like 10,000 square feet, like just a mansion?
I didn't show you, so you really have not seen it. No, it's not. It's we call it Manifest Mansion. It's pretty much like it. We're in La Jolla, so La Jolla is a really nice area.
Oh yeah.
It's it's like just like a 5 bedroom house, 5 bedroom, like 4 bath. It's definitely big. It's definitely big. When you would picture like when you picture like a mansion though, I picture a huge like castle looking house, like you said, 10,000 square foot. Like they got like what do they call like bidets? Like just all this extra bells and whistles. Like it's not like that, but it's super nice. I no
Right.
complaints here. It's really awesome.
Okay. Yeah, it's like probably like a $800,000 house or something. Like
Yeah, it's definitely it's like 1.4 million or something.
yeah, yeah, mansion. There you go.
Area. It's Cali, you know. When you picture like a 1.4 million, probably where you are, or in Wisconsin, like we're talking the
That's
mansion that you probably
that's
envision in your head.
that's true. Yeah, I was in a mansion the other day. It was not even 1.4. It was on auction for $800,000. It was huge. It was like I think the house was like 8,000 square feet. It had another like kind of a house behind the house that had like another 8,000 square feet where they had like a gym inside of it and tractors and yeah for so in Cali I heard things are really like inflated like as far as prices, so that's true. But no, that's so cool. That's I remember like when I first started like buying courses online, I was like I was thinking, you know what? I need like an entrepreneur house. It'd be so nice to just wake up surrounded by people doing the same thing. And like, what were like some of the steps that you took to put yourself in that spot? Like you said, you just Googled entrepreneur house and you called people until you found them. How'd that work?
Mhm. Well, I was honestly the way that this happened, the way that I was in the group and search for. I mean, that's a whole nother story. I'm not even gonna get into that. But really, the process was inquiring about it, like after like looking for like weeks, because it wasn't that long. But after finding it, I inquired about it. Didn't really think. I was like, they have a ton of applicants. Like, I always think like I have to think more of. Anyways, so they had a ton of applicants, and I was just like, well, I might as well just try. So I filled out. They had like a certain like an application that you filled out, answer the questions. Like 2 days later, Kyle contacted me. He's like, hey, you know, we want to schedule an interview with you. We think you possibly be a good fit when you have time. So we booked an interview. The first one went so bad, so bad. I was like, long story short, I drove to Colorado with my mom. It was really bad timing. I didn't really have any service, and by the time like I landed location, I stopped at a Starbucks, and my phone was on like 5%. Like this was just so unprepared. Like, and they were just like, yeah, no, this is not happening. Some like lady was like a homeless lady was asking me for cigarettes during the interview. So like this is just so bad. I'm like apologizing to them. I can't keep I'm like my you can already see like my thoughts are like everywhere. It's hard for me to be focused on one thing. I was like get off on a tangent.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like that. So the first interview was trash. And then I sent out a video afterwards. They're like, hey guys, I just want to say I'm so sorry. I was really underprepared. I apologize. Normally not like that. Like, I really hope you guys consider me and, you know, just kind of do like a 1 minute video. And then sent them that. And the next day we had a 5 minute talk. He was like, hey, just to let you know, we're moving on to the next step. When can you have your next interview? I was like, no way. Come to find out later, they told me that I wouldn't have got in if I didn't have that little 1 minute video that I sent to them. Because I was so unprepared. So like, thank God you sent that. And I was debating on sending that. So that was cool. Second interview went really well. I was on the phone with the 3 roommates. The first time it was only 2, and then it was 3. And then they're like, hey, moving on to the next step. Do you want to come out? I like booked it like the next day. I was like, yeah, I'm coming. So yeah, came out here, got along with the guys great. And then still, like I said, we were looking for another roommate. Found her now. So soon the house can be back to 5. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, the process, it was a three-step interview process. Like it was pretty, people think it was crazy when they heard I got like into the entrepreneur house and I had to do so many interviews. They're like, well, wouldn't you interview them? And like, that's not how this works. No, this is, you want to make sure that you have the right people coming in, because one wrong person and the whole purpose of the house kind of is defeated.
Yep.
You
So
know,
like when they put together the entrepreneur house, the idea was kind of just to have like a high level of like consciousness in the house. Like, what's do you know like what was kind of their rationale for starting the entrepreneur house?
I mean, kind of what everybody thinks, like just to be able to have some young, healthy, happy entrepreneurs that are very productive in one place. Just to be able to, again, like be able to share ideas and brainstorm and just be there for one another and help each other solve challenges and collab with one another. Just and then outsource everything, so we don't have to worry about cooking. We don't have to worry about cleaning. We do our laundry. The maid will do it, but I'm like, what? I want to do my own laundry. That's fine. So, and then just being able to, again, like you couldn't afford this if our rent's like, I think like 10 grand a month. Like if we didn't all live here together and there's no way you could live in Cali and be, because obviously Cali's a place to be for an entrepreneur. Um, Obviously like before COVID, now it's like not as nice, but it's just too expensive. So I think that was like basically their idea. I mean, they could probably explain it better than I could. It was cool. Again, it's on that video. It's really cool. You should like link it in there. Like it's really awesome. They had like I forgot how they got the newscast to come in here, but it was pretty cool before I was
Yeah,
here.
right. No, that's dope. So why did the news come in? The news came in because they had an entrepreneur house, or
I think one of their friends, if I'm correct, I think one of their friends knew someone that I don't know. I don't know exactly how it happened. That's a good question
okay,
though.
okay. No, I think I can see where.
Just some type of network, they got.
Yeah, I've seen I knew a guy who was like featured on some kind of news channel for his marketing agency, and he was like teaching people how to get featured on news stories and stuff. It's supposedly it's easier than you would think, but that's
Mm,
awesome. That's
I think
awesome.
I saw that. I think I saw that. I don't know who that is. I get so
Jr.
many ads. Was
Jr.
it?
Rivas. Jr. Rivas. I
Yeah,
have actually.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually have. I still have some of this training. I bought it like a while back, and it talked about that. I'll I don't know. I'll look into it. You just sparked my interest. But
Next thing you know, you're on the news. There goes.
Florida, Florida man works from home while eating Doritos. I don't
Oh,
know.
you've been eating Doritos?
I haven't eaten Doritos in like 2 weeks. I had a day where I ate like a bag.
Oh my gosh, should I be
Addicting.
charging you? Should I charge you on our app?
You guys charge each other
What do you
for
mean?
like how does that work?
What do you? Whoa! What about our bet?
For are you for set? Oh yeah.
You were, oh my god!
Yeah.
I should be charging you. Wow! Looks like you
You
owe
know,
me some.
yeah, I might owe you some money. We'll talk about this later. Um, anyway,
Anyway,
anyway, yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff for like publication that you can do, but no, the whole entrepreneur house thing is like fascinating. Um, do you think so? What's kind of the day to day like? What's that look like for you guys? Is it structured for everybody? Do you just kind of do your own thing? Like, what does that look like?
yeah. So we do all do our own thing. We again, everybody does their own thing. Um,
Yeah.
they're in their own different companies. None of us like work together. So it's kind of like we just like co-live, co-work. There's like tables. One day I'll do like a tour. There's like in the living room, like someone's always working in the living room. Someone's usually I'm like in the kitchen sometimes, or sometimes in their rooms. Like a lot of us do calls. I'm on the phone all day too, so I like to stay in
Mhm.
my room if there's not any outside noise. And then like we usually all eat lunch at the same time. So then we talk about like how's your day going so far, any challenges, like any struggles we can help with, and then back to work. And then usually at like 5 o'clock, most of us stop work, and then sometimes we'll go out to dinner all together, or we'll go surf. I'm still not surfing yet. I'm gonna learn soon, but yeah, just yeah, it's nothing's really like too structured, but we just all again just like co-work, co-live. It's awesome.
Right, like a cohabitation. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Um, we're gonna do something similar to that with the sales mentor. Like there's a neighborhood that we're all gonna move to, and it's like apartments. So like at a certain time, we'll all go to like the pool or something, or like the cyber lounge, and so this yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it's not like a house, but it's like apartments in close proximity. I don't know. What were you saying?
No,
You're about to.
I was just gonna say that that's cool though. But the fact that you're not like living in the same house, you still get your own space. You still get your own like privacy, as well, and you still get to be around them, which is cool.
Yeah, but we don't get maids and chefs. Actually, so a lot of the guys on the traffic and funnels team, like they have meal prep services, they have chefs, like all these different things that they have in place. I was talking to some of them about it. Just they were talking about the value of time, and like when your time is worth like $100 an hour, you don't spend it doing $20 an hour things, and that's kind of the rationale behind hiring people. It's I don't know. It's also new. Like, have they kind of talked to you about that? Like, just the reason they hire these people and all that good stuff?
Yeah, outsourcing, spending the time again, like if you calculate what your time is worth, it just doesn't make sense. And for us to like cook a meal, clean the dishes, like the amount of time it takes to even prepare one, like even meal prepping takes like half a day, like depending on what you make. I
Yep.
some crazy stuff. Like it takes like half a day. So if you could just honestly at the same time too, you're helping somebody else. Like you're like we're paying a chef, we're helping, feed his family while we're benefiting from it. Like it's cool if you can outsource things. And there's certain things like there's people that are masters at certain things. Like why not have the best do it for you instead of you learning how to do a million different things. That's what they've been teaching me too. I've tried to do like we've spoken about this in the past. Like I've tried to do so many different things at once. And when you do that, you don't become a master at anything. You need to master one thing at one time. And like anything you could do to focus on that, like just being able to pull out a meal and heat up in the toaster oven. I got them to stop using the microwave, by the way. Once you just put it in the toaster oven, 2 minutes later, your food's ready, you eat, back to work. It's super simple. And
You,
then,
what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on microwaves? I know there's like some kind of radiation, but do you think it's really like just bad to use a microwave?
it's terrible for you. It's terrible. Um, I'll, okay, not going to go on a huge tangent, but radiation and it takes all the nutrients out of your food. So the fact that we're buying all organic, grass-fed meat, we're putting so much vegetables, again, organic, non-GMO, and you're just microwaving it, you're like defeating the whole purpose, and it's kind of
One
pointless.
one question. So I heard this from this guy Thomas DeLauer. He said that if you microwave food for like a low period of time, supposedly it makes it more bioavailable. Like, is that have you heard about that? What do you think of that?
I have not heard about that.
Oh yeah, supposedly it makes it more bioavailable. He did like there was some kind of study where they looked at like how the nutrients like something about like the bile, the amount that's secreted, whatever, like more nutrients were used by the body when the food was microwaved. Something like that.
No way. This is no. I will
Bio
look into that.
the,
What is what?
the,
What's it called?
his name is Thomas DeLauer. I don't remember the name of the video. I saw it years ago, but he said supposedly when these guys microwave certain food, it became more bioavailable to the body, like the nutrients and the enzymes. But I've also heard that when you microwave food, it literally kills everything that lives living in the food. So the food doesn't digest itself with its own enzymes. You have to use your bodies, and it gets you acidic. I've heard both sides of the argument. I really haven't done enough research to understand which is better, but I don't know. What do you think about that?
So I haven't heard of that. Like again, like I don't really unless doing my research, I can't really speak on it. Just from so we did at home researches, experiments. I mean, my mom is like the biggest health freak. I mean, she makes her own laundry detergent, her own soap,
Really?
her own toothpaste, her own like
Holy crap.
weed killer. Her, I mean, I could go on and on and on. One time I almost ate laundry detergent. She was grating it. I don't know exactly what. I forgot what exactly she's grating. I think it was like soap. But she's like grating it, and it looks like cheese. And like one time I was done, I'm like, oh, cheese. She's like, don't eat that. Like this. Anyways,
Oh my God.
we did an experiment once, and we took 2 cups of water, and with we microwaved one water and just used normal water for the other one. Sorry, Lily wants to get down. And we put a plant in it. After a week, the one plant like completely died from the microwave, and the other one just like flourished. So that right there was like really
Mm.
eye-opening. And then we also did another one, which was crazy. This is like another level of like, okay, so people wouldn't even believe me, but we had 2 cups of water, and same thing with the plants. We put like love, peace, like happiness. Another one was like hatred, animosity, like kill or whatever it was.
Does that work? I've seen those experiments where does that work? Is that like you tried it?
So it wasn't like to the effect, it didn't have such like a great effect and difference as the microwave water did, but it definitely like the other one just kind of like it didn't really grow too much, and the other one just like grew a lot faster, and it was you could definitely tell the difference. It's
That's
very
so
good.
crazy. I forget the book. I have the book here where they talk about that where um I think it was called Social. I don't remember, but they talked about that like the if you I think it was with water actually like if you zoom in on water after you speak like good words to it, it's like pretty and geometric shapes, and if you zoom in on it when you speak bad, I forget exactly what was the experiment. It might have been like rice or water or something. But if you zoom in on the one where you spoke bad words to it, it's like disgusting and misformed and bad. So that's crazy. But
Is
okay,
that
so yeah, no, I'll take your word that microwaves are bad. I've been trying to use the oven as much and the stove top as much as possible. Try to get away from Teflon, uh, day by day. But cool. So you guys are so for you guys, it sounds like the big optimization is for like health, wealth, relationships, growth. That's like the focus of the entrepreneur house, right?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'd say the biggest one is just like yeah, I think like optimizing our health and productivity are like the two things because that kind of everything else kind of falls under those two like
Right.
health, wealth, relationships. Yeah, three: health, wealth, and relationships. That's really what everything falls under. So we really focus on those. Like everyone has their, like I said, everyone brings something to the table too. So it's really awesome. I love it here. I really do. I don't think I actually wonder like where anything in your life. I think anybody could sit back and think like, what would have happened if I wouldn't have done this? Like every decision you make, it's crazy how it leads to so many other things. And then just thinking about like if I would have never so okay, so if I would never join the inbound closers group, I would have never been here because
Isn't that
the reason
crazy?
yeah, because the inbound closer group opened up the door because someone I was gonna move to San Diego because of someone posting in there, and then it led to okay, I'm moving, I gotta move, and then I was looking like Arizona, I was looking at so many places, and I just happened to look in this Facebook group and San Diego, and it popped up. So I would have never found this otherwise. But like it's crazy. One little decision changes your entire life. So shout out to Taylor Welch and Peyton Welch and their ads. Actually, I got Welch's ad, and that's pretty
Hell
great.
yeah! Shout out to my boy Connor. Um, so just a little background for me. Like I've bought so many courses in the past, and I met a friend for one of them. They had us fly out to an event in Atlanta, and I met up with somebody who bought the same course as me. It was like $3,500. It was a social media marketing one, and my friend who bought the same course, we we talked a little bit there, but then we had an Airbnb for an event. We stayed in Airbnb together. Um, it was 2 beds, right? So I had mine, he had his, but we had the Airbnb, right? And I remember after that he was telling me about different opportunities, and he told me about the inbound closer program, and I totally blew him off because I was trying to grow my agency, and then things got worse, and I blew him off again, and he told me, dude, I'm making money as a closer, and I wasn't even gonna do it, but I just said, you know what, let me just buy it, whatever. And I wasn't even going to buy this course, and I did. And it really, like, that little decision has had a big impact on me too. Just,
Crazy.
isn't it crazy? Just like one tiny little like decision that could have gone either way, like changes your path.
Completely, completely different path. Your whole life will be different. And now look at you, you're killing it. Everything's going great. Like I love that you clarified that you guys had two different beds. Those are not public. That was funny. But yeah, that's insane. So I mean, that's a decision I bet you're really happy about. You, I mean, would you still? What were you planning on doing? So the agency, what was happening with it? It just wasn't working out. You said.
I was not working. Honestly, it's probably just because I've never like run a business, but I would, I was paying for VAs, I was generating leads, I was hopping on sales calls. I did more than 50 sales calls with no closes. Um, and I probably invested around like $10,000, $15,000 in like different courses and paying the VAs and like access to people. You know, I was just constantly investing and it wasn't leading anywhere. And like, you know, it's, I guess it's kind of like what Gary Vee says, right? Like, you know, you got to be self-aware enough to understand maybe you're not a CEO, at least not yet, you know, like, you know, you could be the number one of a tiny company, you could be the number 8 of Facebook, and then walk away from Facebook and have a company bigger than Facebook. Like,
Oh,
you know, like that happens a lot. That happens like a lot. That like a guy who's in a who wouldn't even make it at all as a CEO gets a good position working as an employee for a big company and then becomes a CEO because he grew kind of into that person, you know? And that's been a big lesson for me because I've been trying shit for 4 years. 4 years, no money, just working jobs, you know? And anyway, so yeah, just going off on a tangent. But
no, I love that you said that. We've spoke about this. We have a very similar
yeah,
background in our entrepreneurial spirits and how we've came to this point. It's so cool. Like most people in the inbound closers group, like they have a similar story. Like they're always searching for something. And then of course they did a good job because Peyton, like the ad that they put out there, like it resonated. Yeah, I think it resonated with so many people because they're like, you tried this, you bought courses and courses. And I was just like, what? Like I think I was doing my makeup that day when I heard it for the first time. I think that's it. I'm going for it. But that's awesome. I love that your perspective on that. Like how you can like in sales, you have to be growing. It's impossible to just remain stagnant and not be and just feel complacent. Well, you can. Actually, I know people that do, but if you really want to be something, and then I mean, look how much you've grown since you got your job with Sales Mentor.
look how much you've grown. You're in freaking California. Are you kidding me?
I haven't done too many things yet.
You're in $1 million house and you have like a chef in your house.
No, no, no.
Isn't that crazy?
He's not in the house. He's not in the
Oh,
house.
I'm sorry. He visits he visits biweekly.
Every 3 days. Yeah.
It's awesome. Isn't it crazy? Like when you think about it, like just a couple months ago, how things were, and then just like where you are now, and then like just based on the trajectory where you'll be in like a couple months, like it's a mind fuck. I don't know.
You're right. You're right. I don't view it that way. It's funny when you put it like that. It's just like you're right. You know, I did this because it's so far out of my comfort zone. Moving here was so far out of my comfort zone. Like this was, yeah. Like if yeah, we could talk more about that later. Like I want to go like more in depth with you, but yeah, so far out of my comfort zone. But it's like the best decision. That's when you grow. Is when you step out of your comfort zone. Your brain tells you to stay in that safe place. It tells you not to do it because you know how our brains work. Psycho-cybernetics. Have you read that?
Psycho-cybernetics, I have. It's a great
Read
book.
that. Everybody read that. Read that book. It'll change your life. Seriously. Great book. But anyways, we both get on these tangents. Like I don't even know what we're saying, but
It's passion for what we do.
for
But
sure.
yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you for sticking along for the video. Thank you for sticking along for the journey. Kayla is actually recently made a YouTube channel. Hop on it. The name of the channel is going to be in the description. You'll see it down below. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you soon.
See you guys.